Mercedes Brown, Manager of Individual Giving, here at the Dallas Theater Center Potter Production Studio, formerly known as the John William Potter Production Studio. I'm here for a props tour with my colleague, Nicole Gignat. She's the Assistant Head of Props here at Dallas Theater Center. I've been in this building before, it's lots of fun, so I'm excited to share this with you all. Ooh, here's Kalita Humphrey. South entrance.
Mercedes.
Hi.
Welcome to the Queen Shop.
Yeah, this is great. Oh, this rugs. Okay.
It's the first thing you notice when you walk in is our giant rug rack. This is where we just store all of our rugs in a climate-controlled environment.
Hey, you got a lot of rugs going on there. I mean, is there a go-to rug? Because I know we do a lot of shows, so I was just curious.
Yeah, I guess our go-to rug would probably be this first one lower down, this red and black rug. We use that a lot. We also use this big one in the back quite a bit too, so it's tucked away a little bit. And honestly, we use a lot of those for some of your events that we have to cover over the stage, or for one of your dinners, or for lobby experiences like we've done in the past, where we have a need to create an entrance area for our audience before they go into a show.
Yeah,
so,
I really do miss those live events. For sure.
I know, so do we. We can't wait to get back to that. Yeah, so rugs, and then on this side we have our dye area. So we have a giant dye vat. It's actually a soup kettle, an industrial soup kettle.
Wow, that is huge.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll have to put a lot of fabric in all at once, depending on what a designer wants. So we can do anything from dyeing it a completely different color, or just dulling down some bright colors that might be too bright and vibrant on stage.
How often do you have to do dye jobs?
Not too often. It really just depends if the designer really wants something specific that we try to give it to them, or if, like I said, we have to really distress, if it's a distress heavy show where we want things to look really aged, and then we'll use the dye vat for that.
Cool, so I'm noticing there's a lot of different types of tables. Are there stations, or like what's happening?
Yeah, so our tables do sort of have specific purposes. This season, this first table has been used a lot as our cleaning and sanitizing table for COVID. So we bring the hand props that we need to send to rehearsal, we clean them, sterilize them, and put them in a paper bag where they wait for 24 hours so they can quarantine before we bring them into rehearsal, just to keep everyone as safe as possible.
Okay, but what's that machine? I was like, what's this cool, funky technology going on?
This cute little guy is actually our 3D printer. Where we've played with him a little bit. We're getting him up and running. We have to get some exhaust hooked up, but it's brand new, and we're going to start using it hopefully in some shows and make some fun stuff to put on stage.
Cool.
But for tables, moving down, we have this next table is actually a craft table, and behind it is a lot of craft supplies. So anything that we might need to do for that, we have on this table. And it's really big because we have 2 other people in my department, so it could be me, or it could be our carpenter Matt Duvall, who needs to do something in here, or John Slauson, the head of the department, who needs to work on something. So this table is also available for any craft or electronics project, or what we might need to do for a show. This table is my upholstery table. It's a little bit lower. And that's so I can put a sofa or a chair on top and still be able to reach everything without bending over too much or needing to be on a ladder too often. So this table is really handy to be at a lower height. But it's also a really good work table, and you can sit at a chair and do a craft project here if you needed to.
Wow. Wait, quick question.
Yeah.
How many furniture pieces have you upholstered? Because I know we do a lot of different types of shows.
Oh my God, that's a really good question. A lot. I think my very first upholstery project when I started here in 2010 was, I want to say, arsenic and old lace. And that was a sofa and arsenic and lace. I think I did a chair then, and I've done just about anything we've needed to do. If we can't find it, I'll do it in here. Things for Giant, a lot of different upholstery for Giant. The show with all the sofas. I can't remember. Hair. We did some stuff for hair in here for sure. I don't know, probably at least 20 or 30 if I had to really count.
Oh wow,
but
that's
yeah,
a lot.
we do a lot of upholstery. The latest one I think I did was actually Little Women that we did a video for. I think that was probably the last big piece that I had in here.
Oh,
so.
perfect. That's great.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So behind the table is all the upholstery supplies and crafting supplies that we might need. So more craft supplies, but also curtain hooks and things to make curtains with, staplers, and then more upholstery parts, odds and ends that I could need for something. But also to finish up on tables, the last really work table that we have in the shop is my fabric table, where I can roll out just a bolt of fabric, cut what I need to, and take it either to my sewing machine or to the piece of furniture that I'm upholstering. So those are sort of our designated tables for this shop.
I know there's rolls of paper behind you too.
Yeah, lots and lots of paper. So we have rolls of paper for, again, craft projects or patterning. We have gift wrap, which we can use for just wrapping a present, or a lot of times it's really useful for other things like wrapping around books or anything you can really think of to use it. It comes in handy to just have it available to us.
Well, I know we use that every year for Christmas Carol, because remember that scene with the tree, lots of different projects underneath that.
Yeah.
For that.
Funny you should say that. Actually, those are actually wrapped in fabric.
What?
Yeah. The presents from Christmas Carol are all wrapped in fabric so that their lids stay with them as a fabric hinge. And we use them and we pack them up at the end of the season. They go into storage with the rest of Christmas Carol, and we only use them for Christmas Carol for the bells.
Oh my God, that is an amazing fun fact.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Very fun. So right here, I guess on talking about upholstery and just more supplies, we have lots of ribbon, and then the sewing supplies I might need for any other kind of sewing project that we might need to do.
Okay, so I know there's another side way back here.
Yeah, so I'll spin you around. And down this long stretch, so my shop is shaped a little oddly, but down this long stretch we have a lot of different storage stuff too. So on the upholstery front, we have lots of foam and batting in stock, left over from different pieces we've made. It's really handy just to have it available. We can also use it for more than just upholstery. A lot of times it's great for making fake food, one of my favorite things to do.
Fake food?
Yeah, fake food for sure. Yeah, it looks a lot like a bun or bread. So we can make a lot of different things out of foam. It has a lot of fun uses.
Wow, never thought of the food.
Then after upholstery on this side, we have our electrics area. So we have storage of different things, plus we can do wiring for any of the lamps that we have. We can do special effects wiring. We have lots of chandelier parts, so we can adapt and change and make better whatever we need to.
Yeah, that was the other question, because I noticed all of this chandelier shapes, sizes, lighting going on above us, all the way down. Have some of these pieces been in any of the shows?
Yeah, definitely have. We hang them up there just so they're first much easier to see, and we can also take quick pictures for designers to show them what we have that might work. But they have definitely been in shows. I have, I think this yellow one here, I think it was in Penny Candy. And we have so many, honestly, because we used a lot of them way back when we did Fortress of Solitude. We had chandeliers, I think, or lamps hanging above the band that was on a raised platform. So we have a lot from that time. I'm trying to see if we have anything else. I don't know. We have some from Frankenstein, I think, down further. Those are pretty big ones. But yeah, we try, if it's still usable, we try and keep it, because we can always change the color, we can always change the fabric, we can always use it again if we need to.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's keep going.
So moving on down, so this whole section on both sides is our foliage section, and we have pre-made things that we love to save, bouquets. Even if we don't use it in a show, it's really handy to have it on available to us to just put into rehearsal until we can build the right one. And then different pots, and then on this side we have all of the foliage stored. And we tend to store them by color because it's a lot easier and faster to find what we need. Some things we store by what they are if they're special, but it's really handy if you just need, a wildflower bouquet, you just pull out, the right thing. We also have lots of different greenery. This section has actually expanded big time after we did As You Like It, where we had the sand pit and all of the greenery in the back of the...
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I remember that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of fern from that show. So we have a lot of extra foliage that we've tried to keep because it's really good stuff. It's great to cover, to do coverage for a set, or just add that spot of real life in a room as decor. So we keep everything that, if we can keep room for it, we keep everything we can, from house plants, tall grass. We try to hold on to it and reuse it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a lot of pillows and throws on the other side.
It does. We flow into more soft goods storage. We have bedding with comforters and blankets. We keep any of that in stock. Again, we can put it in rehearsal as a stand-in, or if we have the right thing, that's great. We can just put it into a show and it'll work for us. And then on this side, we have all of basically your linen closet storage. Lots of tablecloths, napkins of every color, towels, rags. Lots of rags. I think every theater probably has a bin for rags, because you always need that on stage. There's always a bar that needs to be wiped down somewhere.
Oh my gosh, and I always think of like the ultimate like sweat. Like how many rags were in sweat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We had that amazing long bar as that set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and like even Christmas Carol, like we store all the rags with Christmas Carol, but they always need more. So we'll pull some different rags from here. But lots of tablecloths. We can also make any of that stuff if we need to, which leads us to our fabric storage.
Yeah, that's an amazing fabric wall.
Yeah, it's actually quite pretty. I love the color flow of it. But it's any of our leftover fabric that's big enough for us to do something with. Generally a pillow, to make a pillow, we try to keep. And it just saves us time if we need to build something really quickly. If we, a designer can say, oh, make a pillow out of this. It works with the fabric that he or she picked for a sofa. So it's really handy. And we also have bolts that we save as well, of just bigger allotments of fabric.
Wow. And to be clear, this is not even half of the real props collection that we have here.
That is very true.
This is only soft?
Yeah, this is just soft goods, and then what we've talked about. We also have, in terms of shops, we have a carpentry shop where we do, or the dirty shop, since it's the clean shop. That's also another name that we use. We do any welding and carpentry and building in that shop, along with painting. And in terms of storage, we have a whole upstairs where we store a lot of our smaller goods. So we have like suitcases and fake food, dishware, and musical instruments. We have dressing vases, as well as electronics, so stereos and computers and that kind of thing. So we have all of that storage upstairs.
Needless to say, the props department is big.
Yeah. We have a lot of stuff. And it's all categorized. We know where to get it, so we can go to that room for the thing that we need and find it quickly and efficiently. And then we put it all away at the end of a show if it's something we can keep.
This is amazing, Nicole. I'm so glad you were able to have me here today.
I'm glad you could be here. This has been really fun.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.